Well, there's at least one.
Okay.
That is completely fine. I don't think you've shown runes here. Let me quickly skip to see runes in general. Nope. Okay. So when it comes to support, first question: are you solo queue or are you duo queue?
Um, of my games, let's say in a season, of my games are solo queue, and the other half are duo queue with jungler.
Okay. Because it really changes how you play the game on a complete, like entirely. Because playing duo queue
Okay.
with a jungle and playing duo queue with an AD carry or solo queue in general makes the game completely different. It has nothing to do with what we view as WildRift. The reason is if you play duo queue with an AD carry, he's your best bet in the game. Like he's your entire investment. If you duo queue with the jungle, you already know your investment is going to be the jungler because you know who he is, you know what he can do, compared to the AD carry you're playing with. Because most of the time, if you rely on a random person on your team that you do not know, you get disappointed.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And therefore it therefore it automatically breeds a completely different approach to the game where you just funnel most of your resources, time and attention into the premate you have because he is your safest bet.
Yeah.
And we only play like a game of percentages, and I really hope I see this change to this very soon.
Okay.
uh, the reason
I don't
is
remember if I did. I don't remember if I did, but
because as a melee champion, this rune here, second win, is just way superior. Because think about this. You're
okay.
going to build an item like Heartsteel, Zeke's Convergence, and they all feature one thing, which is HP. So you're inflating your HP pool to like 3,000, 4,000, whatever HP. And then you have, the moment you take damage, you regenerate HP based on the missing HP plus the base regen of that rune on top. Whereas this here is only a minuscule burst reduction. So as the fight goes on, this rune becomes even better, whereas the bone plating is only really good in niche scenarios and mostly on ranged champions who are really squishy.
Okay.
So for example, if you play Karma, you'd be better off obviously taking bone plating over second wind in your secondary, depending on what you're facing. But going back to the general approach on the champions you want to play in duo queue or solo queue, for solo queue, I recommend not playing engaged champions. The reason is,
Mm.
as I said earlier, oh, look what he's doing. He's changing it to the second wind.
Oh, I'm modifying the video right now.
He's going back in time. Now, the thing about engaged supports in a solo queue environment is you are dependent on people playing the game. What happens
Yeah.
if they don't?
I get fucked.
You absolutely get obliterated. Because if you look at this game right now, okay, we have a burst 80 carry with no real DPS. We have a brutal combo up here with these champions. But the issue could be what happens if there's no follow-up, because our only play in this entire game is just go in. That is our entire name of the game. Go in. But there's one thing that we notice. It's this range champion and this melee champion Yasuo. So when it comes to bot lane, this champion is an absolute demon champion. I hate playing against this champion because he does way too much damage. So for laning in general, Misfortune wants to poke, and then you can look for an engage, but it's very unreliable because they just either run away or deny the engage and you end up losing. But there's one thing that will always work upon hitting level 5. Killing the Lucian mid lane. Because you press ult,
Yeah.
he presses ult, he's gone. Every single time. And normally Misfortune should be in an okay position to deal with the wave alone, unless she wants to die, but then you can't really do anything about this anyway. Okay, let's go into this. Oh my god, the loading screen. That was quite a long time. Okay, Let's see, you're going for an early rotation here. Okay, nice denial here. Okay, big mistake. Number one, you didn't know anything about what is behind here. And number two, this ability here is a massive bait. Because if you take, like, if there's not enough people that actually make it worth, because then you have the lockdown of pulling him back and then auto-attacking him for the root, he will always escape. Which means you then have to start with your first ability. The issue with your first ability is it doesn't provide you with pretty much anything compared to this ability. Because on level 1, this is the fun part about WildRift, because it's very unbalanced, hitting an enemy just once with your second ability probably does more damage than hitting your first ability. However, on top, your second ability provides you with a big shield, which inflates your HP pool, as well as the ability to AoE push a wave.
Okay.
So when it comes to Nautilus, like in most instances, like let's say in 19 out of 20 cases, unless you know for sure that your Q will provide you a kill early game, you start with this ability. On level 2, it then depends on what you can and want to do. You can skill hook or this. But for maxing skills, you will level this up first, level 1. Then, as I said, this or this. And you will max this ability. Your third ability will be maxed first. Not this, and not this. The reason is that? This ability here provides you with the highest damage as well as a scaling slow. Like every point you put in there increases the damage a lot because it's not one hit, not 2 hit, but 3 hits of this ability because it's 3 waves that explode. Plus the slow scales up, I think, to 50% slow AoE. So it's the highest damage and highest utility spell you can gain. The next thing is the issue with this ability, where you max it last, which is kind of counterintuitive because, well, it's a big shield, right? But every single point you put into this ability only raises the shielding value by 1% of your max HP, plus 15, I think. So it's barely any gain compared to this ability. So you max this ability, then your Q, because your Q directly lowers the cooldown of the Q, as well as increasing its damage a lot, and this is the ability you max last.
Good, I've been doing all, bro.
Good start, good start. Okay. So now with this play, we basically completely forfeited lane. Like, we just exist now. Because we will not be there in time. Entry can be denied. This is a terrible entry angle because they can just turn on you and fight you. If you walk forward and Shen in fact didn't skill a single thing, you lose flash here. And you might still die. If you continue walking this path. Because what stops Shen from, as you walk here, to just taunt you if he has taunt skilled, because we didn't have any visual confirmation, and what stops the Ezreal to walk up with the Shen into this direction and blocking you from entering through this? What stops them?
Nothing.
Nothing. So let's see what happens. They don't even care about your existence. Look how much damage you just took from just auto-attack Q while they were just observing, even though they could have just attacked you, because what are you supposed to do? What is Misfortune supposed to do in that instance? So if we go back, we want to start viewing every single matchup with the following idea. Okay. Number one, we have a concept of range versus melee champion. Enemy team has 1 range and 1 melee. We have 1 ranged and 1 melee. Now we have to think about, okay, how is the ideal way to play for the Ezreal? Ezreal has his first ability, which can be blocked by units. If you remember you approaching from that river, there was no unit in the way, right? So he technically speaking had the optimal way of playing the game, which would be auto attack, Q auto attack, which is a PTA proc, and roughly about 260 plus minus a little bit of damage in an instant, because auto attack Q auto, because nothing you can do about this. Then we have the Shen there as well, and the only way for you to die is being in melee range of a Shen while being isolated. So while you trying to view how to play a lane, one range, one melee was one range, one melee. The ideal way of playing is creating 2v1 scenarios. You just put yourself into a 1v2 scenario for a brief moment, while already being damaged by the previous encounter with the Lucian up there in the river.
Okay.
So this then created an opportunity for the enemy to punish you, kill you, or get your flash. And the biggest issue in WildRift is that these things are not immediately punished by the vast majority of people. Now, if we view Misfortune, her ideal way of playing the lane is level 1. You have her Q, like first ability, like the bounce, which needs a proxy target to deal damage. It bounces.
Yeah.
Which would be poke. But condition is proxy target. Misfortune doesn't really have high DPS. High burst, low DPS. If you compare this to Ezreal, Q level 1, needs space, deal damage, poke, condition, space, high burst, but high DPS, attack speed, passive, plus AA reset. Whereas Misfortune, her first ability does way more damage than anything else, but her auto attacks barely do anything because this champion doesn't have any AD, because Riot Games is a funny company. And then the next issue is her passive is a percentage damage increase. And if you don't deal damage, it doesn't matter if you deal 8% more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, to approach this lane, we would use minions as an invisible wall to not get hit by auto attacks, by Qs of Ezreal, sorry.
Yeah.
While Misfortune is trying to aim her Q to poke Ezreal. Then we need to wait for a moment where the Ezreal is low enough for us to actually all-in him. And that would be the moment we would then utilize, for example, a flash auto attack, because that is enough for Nautilus because of your passive, you root the enemy, to then force them to back off. Because since we are playing Hex Flash, we have a flash every 25 seconds. 25 seconds. Which means then if we have control over these brushes here, every single point that is roughly on this line here is within our reach from Hex Flash auto attack, which then forces the Ezreal to stand far, far away and blast it with Q. And if he's not paying attention just once, because he's not used to it, for example, as you walked in here, as you didn't know they could have killed you, he dies immediately. Because you create yourself, yeah?
Play slow the lane because we don't have the DPS that Ezreal has. Give Misfortune time to poke, and then try to all in once we have the opportunity.
And you want to have this like in your head, like for every single champion you play, you start to look at them from this perspective. Level 1, how to approach the game, what spells. How to approach matchups, range versus melee, runes, etc. Because it makes a difference, for example, if the Ezreal has Conqueror or Empowerment or PTA. Because Conqueror will deal a lot less damage than press the attack, which makes it easier for you to actually do something early in a 2v2. As for level 2, level 1, I forgot the spells. Because this all translates into different possibilities during the lane. For example, you walked into lane lower HP already with Q skilled. That is a change of a dynamic. And because you're lower, you have to play less aggressive. So every single time you go into a game, level 1, how to approach the game, what to spell, what skill do you need, and how do you want to play, can you approach this with, for example, this conditional thing here. Level 2, how much happened level 1, instance for example, MF hit 1 or 2 Qs, can I flash in? Because normally if both are 100% and you are weaker, you can't do this. But now you can, depending on what has happened level 1. Then the next question is, what happened level 2? Because again, this all has consequences. And what spell would you then take, for example? Let's say Nautilus, W level 1, then Nautilus level 2, Q, so you have another chase down potential, then Nautilus level 3, E. Then you obviously ult.
Yep.
So, this entire dynamic, however, changes again on level 5. Dynamic change, level 5. Because, for example, let's say you fight against a Leona or like any all-in champion, and you like they are 0-2. It doesn't matter if they're 0-2. If they get, for example, if you get to hit an enemy AD carry while being 0-2 with a full combo and he CC'd, he will still die, even if you're 0-2. Because the threat of a spell existing is absolutely dangerous for specific champions. Because you could be 0-10 right now, you walking mid lane, pressing ult on Lucian would kill Lucian. In most cases. Because of how stupid your champion is in combination with Yasuo, for example. Okay. Then let's continue this one. There was already a big slab of information.
Yep.
That doesn't work. It's a 1 minion, that's not really possible from that point. And if they truly wanted to, they could have done so much more. Hooking here would actually be hurtful for you. The only way you want to hook right now is when your jungle is close enough. And then you can be a little bit more toxic. Because you right now have Targon stacks available. Which means you can walk up, last hit this, get level 2 instantly. Then you can debate hitting the wall with your Q. Because hitting walls with Q, for example, lowers the cooldown by roughly half. So it doesn't matter if you hit him or not, because you still get a cooldown refund. And then you can, for example, flash auto, or just auto. And then as he has to run away, your cooldown will come up a lot earlier, while your jungle is also coming from this angle. Just specifics about Nautilus, because many people just try to hit a hook on a champion, when they can just hit terrain behind the champion and get close enough anyway. The little monkey doing his work there. Because you see the damage you're taking. Okay, Shen taunted in, Wukong's coming, flash in. Oh my god, Wukong damage. But it's funny that Shen somehow dies. Look, because Shen places a ward up there.
Yeah, I knew he was placing a ward, and I knew Wukong was close to me. So I wanted to create something, because we would have never win this lane without the jungler. So I wanted to something to happen.
No, that's all fine.
Fast enough.
It's all good, because you are right now punishing the enemy's negligence. Because, for example, if we go back again, the Shen comes up from above. He placed a ward in the Tribrush, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He taunts onto you. He now knows that there is a Wukong. Like, he knows.
Yeah,
but he doesn't flash. He doesn't escape. Now he flashes.
He flashes now.
And then everything is over for them. Because it takes too long.
Yeah, but so now, considering that that I should have died 1 minute ago. If they were smart, I should have died 1 minute ago. So
yeah.
Yeah, what I like to do is when I know that I'm not in a winning lane, I just wanna shove lane, call the jungler, look for a gank, and then leave the lane. Go for mid. Uh, Try to see what the
Hmm.
jungler wants to do, and
Um,
I just leave my ADC, and sometimes they die poorly.
I mean, that's pretty much normal. That's not a problem. What we saw earlier, though, is we saw that the Amumu was somewhere here on the top side of the map. So now currently the map is split. So this play that we're about to make can go very wrong very fast. The reason is the following.
Mm.
Our Yasuo has barely any resources. The Lucian still has enough resources. We don't have secure CC for the Lucian. We can't lock him down, and there's no combo because no ult. So what we do mid lane, or what we want to do here, would depend on many factors. Number one, we would need to see the wave on mid lane. Does the Yasuo need help to fix the wave so he can go home? Because if not, then there's no point for us to be here. We can maybe place a deep ward into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, you mean like tilt the camera and watch before wasting
Yes.
time coming here?
Yes,
Okay.
because we know that the Amumu is here, or was around this area on the top side. And this can go very wrong depending on what is happening. So you see he apparently wants to push, so we just hit every single thing into the wave. We just help him push. Oh my god, this Lucian is... oh no.
Yeah,
You
I
walked out
remember
of the
this.
tower.
I was very sad. I baited him.
You don't only baited him, you actually killed him, because the thing is, you hook the guy, you take turret aggro, and then you walk away. And he's like, let's go. Oh. And he's dead.
Yeah, it was my bad. Mamma mia.
And look who's here.
Yeah.
There's no point for you to be on the map anymore. I would have just... Number one option, reset. Number two option, which is a little bit more riskier, because the enemy support might be walking here as well, is getting a ward into the jungle here. Because you've seen a Mumu leave towards this direction. And Lucian is low resource, because you don't not want to lane right now with your HP. This ward is not really helpful. The reason is, Amumu will probably be here next time. Then he'll approach from here. So this ward will be lower value.
I thought that that ward would have up Yasuo, since I saw Momo on the other side, so I thought too that Momo would have come from his blue side. So I thought I put the word for Yasuo. I mean, I picked Nautilus mainly because I trusted Yasuo, and I don't trust top laners usually. So I thought Malphite. I don't know if Malphite is reliable, so I need something for Yasuo, and I wanted to play for Yasuo this game, and that's why I put that word. That's the reason.
Okay, let's quickly combine the things we know, okay? We go back in time. As you walk up there, we saw a Mumu right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we just skip forward. And then a Mumu appears from here. Do you see which buffs a Mumu has right now?
Yes, red and blue.
When he was already here at 120, leads us to assume that he started blue. Walked up here, did some weird messed up stuff, and then stayed up here to then turn from here, which means he started blue, which then means again, this here will respawn the earliest, which Wukong gives us confirmation because he shows us that Gromp has been killed by being there, which then leads us to utilize our ward for a better place that spots the jungle camp. Because the highest likelihood where a Mumu is going to appear should be at blue after it respawns. And you should never gank Mordekaiser. Just saying, you don't gank Mordekaiser because you will not win.
Yeah, I noticed that
Look, blue buff
later in the game.
respawns in 13 seconds, as assumed. The earliest to respawn. Not level 5 yet, you don't get any EXP by running around, you still need some XP. So right now this gank is relatively low success rate. And then when you want to gank the Lucian on cooldown, you need to swap to Sweeper. Because you need to have the proper approach. So for your style of playing right now, it would be the best to just push, so your Misfortune has free time to do whatever, like Crux or just idle or whatever, and then go back to a proactive play mid lane. And not this, because now, since you already know you can't kill them, then don't waste time. Because unless you hit the hook on Ezreal, which is not reliable, I don't think much will happen. So you just push, and leave. That's how I would approach this, because every single second you spend here, it's inaction is also an action. Because you sit here and nothing is happening. It's for like 1 minute already. Because what does this wave stack mean if we can't dive?
Yeah, that's true.
We know Amumu came because of the ward we placed. That is a good combo. We should be at least getting something in return. Your sacrifice has been more than good enough. Okay, he will die, and now you can take the thing into your own hands and ping what you want to play.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. That I mean, the play went relatively good, but it was all random, and my quote unquote win condition Yasuo has died mid where I should have been, because I should have pushed the lane and tried roam. Once I get my ult, I get what you're saying.
Okay, right now you cleared the ward here. But why don't you do your team a favor? You see a jungle here, he's approaching this. So why don't you just walk up here and place a ward here?
Okay.
Because what is your goal right now? Like, you come from here, so your intention is to go to Herald. That's your intention. Whatever happens to this person down here, you can't influence it right now. Impossible. So you walk here. That's unfortunate, is what it is. You see these two people running at Misfortune. He flashed onto her, but it doesn't matter. It's none of your concern. Nothing you can do about this one. But now, you start walking down. Why? What are you walking down for right now without giving them, the Wukong, at least a little bit of info?
Nothing.
So, right now, you're neither defending bot lane, nor backing up your jungle. You basically just exist. Which is similar to what happened down there. You existed until then the Mumu came, and you just happened to be there, if you get what I mean. And next thing, if you go back in time, if we have a division set up there and we know it's Shen, we can't play this anymore. We're completely outnumbered. We can't. So in this game, unless we are ahead or get a pick, we would rather be happier to trade. Because we get absolutely dismantled. Because now our Wombo finally arrived. Because as the Wombo started, I don't see our Wukong having ultimate. You don't have ultimate for another 3 seconds right now. So the entire enemy family comes around the corner. Now there's a knock-up. Sadly, he is CC'd, so he can't follow up on that one. And now the combo comes in. And yeah, he's alone and he can't do anything. At least he looks cool while running away.
Yeah, nice skin.
Now it's very likely that they'll take this, so we can just place a ward over the wall. Yeah, we have confirmation they're on this. We can place a ward and hopefully... no, it's gone already. Okay, Misfortune at least traded back something in return. That's not too bad. Forcing a fight now could be very, very good. If people follow up. Because like, Amumu has no ultimate, he used it earlier there. We didn't have a Wukong ult there. So now we can turn this fight, this game back into our favor. But we have to be proactive. We kill enemy jungle. Okay, what do? We take enemy jungle camps. We need to ping our Wukong and team to do something proactive. Because we need to take something away from them.
Okay.
Okay, Mordekaiser's here. That makes it a little bit more troublesome. Okay, Wukong goes over there. Yep. But we are not supposed to be like these spectators again. Because Misfortune can only die if she wants to die. Like, she needs to get close to Mordekaiser to get ulted to die. And we don't even have a tower mid lane, so they can just push the wave. Misfortune can always safely farm without putting herself at risk.
Okay.
That is not always your responsibility. If your AD carry chooses to die sometimes, it's nothing you can do. But so far, in this game, if you look back at it, how proactive have you been?
Twice in 7 minutes, which is very low.
And how did you try to create yourself opportunities to actually benefit your team and yourself? Like, for example, you put all the effort up there to walk up here, pop this, but at the same time, you don't place this while you're already here, providing yourself with a sense of security to go for more proactive plays. Like, let's, for example, the wave is walking in mid lane. You place a big one. Let's go back a little bit more because it's easier to showcase. Okay. Let's say you walk up here. You pop this. You can place a ward here. You can walk a little bit deeper, place a ward here, then walk here, use your flash over the wall, and kill this guy with the combo. Because again, Water Solutions counterplay to this.
That's a good angle.
Because again, there's inaction again. Late information, because there's no wards placed. You just hit him, that will not change the outcome of this. Okay, Mumu just wastes spells for fun. I respect it. And the game is in a terribly losing angle, and what we need is a Wonder team fight at an objective. That's what we need in this game. Every single thing that happens now that is just random will just punish us even more. Wukong goes in without any follow-up of Yasuo, will get absolutely obliterated because our entire team is based on just press buttons team. And now every single spell of our team was invested for, well, not every single one, most of them, for nothing. Because there was nothing gained. A nice try, but unfortunate minion wave. And this is one of the issues that comes with playing these type of champions, because you're looking for some plays, but if you're not hyper, what is it called? Hyper decisive and super aggressive in the way you play, like, because in the entire game, you have not done anything close to this once. Because look, this is the first time you've done something so aggressive. What changed?
I felt like I needed to do something.
Okay, that was a lot of investment, even from the Malphite on top. So this play, with everything used, is probably not even worth it, unfortunately. Because so much has been lost.
They destroyed
Yeah.
on top side.
But when it comes to just generally approaching the game, again, it's about you making yourself a plan. Okay, what's the highest likelihood? Okay, I'm gonna do this, 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 this. It's going to make it so much easier for you. Because it feels like you're just going by a feeling. I feel like I have to. I feel like I need to do A, B, C. Instead of, I know I can do this because. Okay, we got a kill. We are at an advantage now. We popped 2 ultimates for this. But we can now take control over the game. Shen ultimate also being used. That bro is not moving at all, but he's not taking any damage because, well, there are a few issues at hand. We don't have Wukong ult, we don't have Yasuo ult. And this guy is a tank. And unfortunately we have a misfortune. So we don't have DPS. And that is the sad part about the champions we have. We are a complete one-trick combination of champions. Oh, nice try.
No, I wanted to bait there.
I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Because, as I said, the only way to win the game is, number one, enemy griefs brutally, and you get the wombo teamfight of your life at your base. You steal a massive objective, which isn't even available yet. So yeah, you need a Wanderer teamfight, but that's the only way. And most of your team needs to be alive, so you can just look cool with the skin and observe. But yeah, unfortunately, nobody else is there. So, but you defend the inhibitor, so it's not too shabby. Let me guess, your team is now gonna run it down again after you've managed to defend this.
Kinda.
It's always the same, isn't it? Misfortune Flash, Mordekaiser Flash, and Ultimate, all seen on the minimap. And we get at least one back. Oh. Now Amumu will solo this dragon, while the other people will do whatever. Could have given our team confirmation if Amumu... Yeah, I mean, yeah, there it is. Now we see ourselves at a map split for a second, because now comes the next point. How do you know how to transition vision on the map and for what reason? When it comes to vision, vision has a purpose. It doesn't matter to see something. Like, having a ward somewhere doesn't mean you see something. If you remember what I said earlier about the ward at the blue buff, like, the highest likelihood is that Imumu will be there because of how his buff, his jungle respawns. Then the next thing about objectives, for example, the current dragon is gone. We know that for 100% because of the global announcement. So what is the next side of the map that's going to be played on? Is it going to be the upper side or the lower side?
Yeah, they played on dragon, so they're more likely to play on Baron side.
So what are the options we have right now, given with what information we have about the people on the map? 2 people dead, 2 people visible on the bottom side or the mid side on the map.
I don't know. I saw Yasuo coming mid, so I thought I was gonna do a play on Lucian mid while Shen was dead. But thinking what you've taught me so far, yeah, I should have just take vision around Baron and maybe look for a cheese in a bush where we can get advantage. I don't know.
Because right now, playing fair, because look, now you walk here, okay, you get this, you see Lucian. You don't have any backup, and he knows because on the minimap he saw the people. Okay, you hit him once, all fine, you can get your Heartsteel stack if you truly want to. You don't? Okay, but now you walk away. Because what does your hook change?
Nothing. It was
Nothing.
just for fun.
So you have invested time plus resources, didn't get anything in return. And now your option, because of the global confirmation, because you know Ezreal has been there, then Amumu as well, because of Wukong, because he probably did it with the Amumu. So you know the location of 3 people, and 2 are dead, which means their top side is free to place wards into, which would help for Baron Nashor. Wait, did he just ult? No, he didn't. Okay, I thought for a second he did. Good hook, but nobody is there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The next issue with engage support. Engage only matters if people are there to capitalize on. That's the blessing of, for example, playing Karma. You just throw Qs into the enemy team on cooldown. Oh, you Sunfire burn. Annoying. Both jungles dead, no ability to do Nashor. C2 people, you can walk into the top side of the map and place wards around Nashor. So they can't sneak, because they have a Mumu. Once they spawn, a Mumu can nearly solo Baron Nashor.
Yeah, here I just troll.
Yeah, it's Mordekaiser, you are a tank champion, you will always lose. Method also a tank champion in this game, you will both always lose, he will kill both of you. Without even being close.
Yeah, it just destroyed me. I don't know what I did there.
I mean, it's probably desperation, because the game is going completely out of your hands. Yeah, he just runs all of you down. Then the clown car with the Shen comes around. And they, at the same time, Amumu did Nashor. So all we predicted came true.
Yep.
Unfortunately, nobody's here. Yeah, this game is unfortunately sadly over. So now we have found out a few things you have done or not done, and now we can use this and see if this is a pattern of what you typically do, or if it was just a fluke. And that's why I wanted, like, generally want 2 gameplays, because I want to see if it's like an underlying issue or just, you know, it just happens to happen.
Yeah, sorry, I recorded the all-time select and
2 Arabs, interesting. So again, next question would be, in this game, are you pre-made with an 80 carry or not?
solo queue.
Okay. Good damage. Enough. Now deep ward. Because you have revealed your location. They know you're not here. So now at least get information about jungle start on top as well. Like, so, because if we see he isn't here, we can then deduce where the enemy is going to be, which then helps our Lee Sin and generally our teammates.
Mm.
Okay, Karma is there, stopping us from entering lane because of what we have done. Varus is being zoned from the creeps because of what we have done. We're not panning the camera to see if there's an issue with us approaching in a certain way. Oh, you have bomb plating. Uh-oh, he didn't change.
Yeah, this game. Yeah.
Okay, he's
When I
walking up
played.
for whatever reason. There's nothing you can do. Okay, after what he has done, he's not worth a single second this game. This is the moment where you realize, okay, this person will never carry this game. Because he walks up to a wave that comes towards him against two ranged champions where there's no reason to. Like, he gains nothing. If you take a good look again, like, no minion is going to die. Nothing is going to happen to the minions. And he walks up to do this. As an AD carry. That's an immediate red flag. Nope. He will not do anything this entire game. You need to start the play now if you want to make a play. Like Q flash.
Mm.
Okay, plays over. Oh, okay, Lisa now comes. The outplay button, the flash auto attack. Can't
I
move.
love to do that.
The thing is, considering the investment that was made, not worth.
Okay.
Because we invested 4 people and traded 1 for 1. Personally, what is your plan? Why did you walk mid? What was the reason?
To scary rally off platings.
Wouldn't it be more helpful to actually check if she's capable of taking another plating or how many she has taken so far?
Like, for example, panning the camera.
Yes. Because it would allow us, if we know what she's doing, maybe we can give her 1 plating to bait her to approach from this direction, because we are all converging. We're all coming. So we can use her greed to put us ahead as a team. We know that Darius is at the top side of the map. We know because we saw. Your Varus is currently walking back. You still have a free window to play. You see? He's up there. So your options are knowing that he's there and there's nothing here anymore. Like the first play was approach from here, hope that she goes for platings, maybe kill her. The other play could be, because you know, again, split map, that he's here, is you go up there. But again, you don't show. Because your Varus is going to be not doing anything soon. And again, he can most of the time farm safely from range with Q, but the way he played, he already made sure to showcase you that he's not a good investment. He's a waste of time, to say it very blunt. Because now, what are you doing? You're walking down here, placing a ward for a site. We know that Darius isn't on. At least for now. Nor did we even look at the Darius once to check what buffs he has. Ideally, if you can, you want to go into the Caitlyn, generally. It's easier to kill an AD carry than a Karma, because Riot Games is very fun, the way they function. Ethan is on the way, he says. Okay, he wants to reset first. How aware are you with the concept of visible threat and invisible threat?
Like what could be behind fog of war? Where could jungler be, and etc.
And for example, you showing yourself, what does it do?
Yeah, nothing. You mean like if I stay in fog of war, they get scared of tower, and I can maybe create more space?
Or for example, let's go back for a second.
Yeah.
Let's say Lee Sin is a lot closer right now. He's a lot closer.
Yeah.
Let's say since you're level 3 and not 5, level 5 it doesn't make a difference because you just press Alt. But let's say you just walk away, and because they're WildRift players, and they love to greed for gold. Similar thing with the RL in mid lane. You then approach this with the Lee Sin from another angle. But since since you're gone, they perceive this area as safe because you're not visible. You existing and being visible here makes this area for them, depending on what angle they have. Like this place here is not safe. This here would be not safe because there's no invisible wall of this of these minions, right?
Yeah.
But you not being here makes this entire rectangle safe. For them to believe, at least.
Hmm.
The same applies to brushes as the play goes on. Like right now, you don't exist. They have to be afraid of your existence, though. So you could have gone base and be here, or you could sit here. So right now, it's very good that you actually walked in here. But showing yourself or not showing yourself has to have a purpose. And the funniest thing is, look, we see that Darius is there as well.
Hmm.
Why did you start running away from the Darius, though?
Why?
He has 0
I,
stacks. Why run?
yeah, that's a good question.
Because the perceived danger, like Darius existing, 5 stacks, deadly. Having a lot of stacks on you, very dangerous, because you might get 5 stacks and then start killing people. But no stacks,
Hmm.
damage loss.
Yeah, true.
Going mid lane again. Okay, decent. Ooh, that was really close. Okay, help her quickly push. Okay, which objective do we want to play? Where can we place a ward? What can we do? And again, going back in time, we haven't looked at any of these plays. We don't know what is specifically happening. And because this game is so fast paced, it could be a big problem. Okay, nice. Good turnaround. So now we've invested so many spells, we killed enemy jungle. What can we do in preparation of the next objective?
For example, if Lee Sin tells me that he wants to play for Drake, take vision in Darius jungle on blue side.
For example, could check after this play, for example, could check top lane, like this guy dies. Okay, we know that the top Scorpion is up. Top Scorpion is taken right now. Let's take a look up there, what is happening. Maybe we can walk up there and combine generating vision, as in walking like this, placing a ward here, and then maybe Jax does something stupid. Who knows? We don't know. Next option is we have ultimate into Varus ultimate in 3 seconds, so we have a free kill. If you ult, somebody dies. They're just dead. Because why do we need to fish for a hook if we can guarantee our hook with our ult? Because we have Varus ult on top.
Yeah, there I wasted my ult. I could have waited.
Like, the target should have died anyway. It's just Varus has never played as champion in his life before. Because now this target is dead, he just WQs it instantly and it dies. But he doesn't. It's fine. The Lee Sin appears, and the Lee Sin says, "You shall not survive." It's good that the Varus doesn't get any gold. And now, instant reset. Don't walk anywhere, go base. Don't tell me why.
Okay.
Tell me why.
Because there's 20 seconds on objectives. And I have no mana. Then no ult.
Perfect. Clearing this ward is not relevant.
Yeah, just waste time.
The issue is you not being there is a lot more relevant than this pink ward, for example. Hey, but there was luckily a fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. What is jungle doing? Jungle is resetting. Jungle, do an objective. Go. Do Herald. We see 2 people. You have to spam ping Herald right now. Because Darius is down here somewhere. I think this is Darius. With a Karma. And our Lee Sin is recalling. I guess nobody cares about...
I don't even know why they didn't. Yeah.
I guess they just don't care. Fair enough. Oh my god, did you see Varus press W before queuing?
Yeah, he did it.
Look, just died. No way. That's crazy. Unfortunately, slightly missed path, but I like that you immediately change target to apply the root on the other one.
You told me to make a game plan and have a plan in mind and execute it, so I can be quote unquote safe on what I do and not wander around the map like a maniac, like we've seen I do. How do you make it?
How do I make a plan? Okay, first off, we need the most important thing for a plan. It's understanding how, like, who wins and why we win certain things. As in, hey, if you press ult with Varus ult, the target dies. Realizing what setup Yasuo ult, Lissandra ult, and realizing the investment. So ideally speaking, in a perfect world where the Varus is a human being and Faker, we absolutely crush them because Caitlyn doesn't compare to the damage of a Varus at any point. So even if we don't play until level 5 we can always 100 to 0 anyone that is there. On cooldown. No counterplay. Nothing they can do. Okay, so we need to understand, let me put it actually here, how to make a game plan. Who is strong, who wins, who loses. Then what is relevant for us? It's not really hyper relevant for us what happens top lane. Because it's like the furthest away from us. It becomes more relevant when we realize that our AD carry is a potato. Because we need to look for better investment. You need to assess the investment. Like, this is the ideal world. Then assess investment. Because AD carry is your typical investment since you're playing support. If the investment sucks, okay, move on. Who's better? Is there anything, like any information that has been given to you that lets you to assume that somebody is better? For example, the Lee Sin? Yeah, so far, yes. The next thing is information. Where do you have to be? Why do you have to be there? Like waves, HP, resources, objectives, bounties, camps, like all these things. Because let's say you're ahead, why not invade? Behind, why try to play fair? Traps. Playing fair as in all of you look at each other, trying to be like, okay, we'll make this big fight here. When you need to look for like sneaky approaches to actually have a chance. Vision. Like, how many people do you see? What can they do? How many people are a threat? Like, how many does it take to kill you? As I said, for example, earlier, if a jungle started first here and then pathed up here, then this will be respawning first, so we have to keep that in mind for next potential play if our jungle wants to play for an invade. If we have a window and there's a big wave coming into our top laner who happens to be 20% HP and the enemy is 50% HP, and there's a massive wave and there's nothing for us to lose walking up here, then we can debate going up there to deny the dive so we don't lose our top laner's life plus platings plus wave. Because even if the enemy doesn't dive, the chance is so high that us going there is simply going to help them a lot more. Because even if they don't dive, we still get the percentage of the gold shared just by being there. And never forget, you as a holder of a support item, until the support item is fully completed, can never steal gold off waves. You always share even if you have 0 stacks. So for your game plan, you need to understand who is strong, who is weak, and who is your win condition, like in an ideal world, and then who is actually better. Like who is the investment that's worth your time. Then as the game goes on, you need to evaluate, okay, where do I need to be because of information, which is based on panning the camera, looking, waves, HP, resources, objective, bounties, camps, then using that information to your advantage as to how that works would be, for example, you're ahead, okay, why not invade, accelerate even more. We are behind, okay, we can't really just sit there and wait and play for the game to be 50 minutes and pray. How can we do this? How can we just get these advantages? Hey, we can create vision, we can create ourselves opportunities. Basically like this.
Thank you.
Setups. You're welcome. Barraging you with information.
Yeah, that's what I need.
She will not die to both of you.
Unfortunately.
Okay. First off, you need to press tab, check Aurelia boots. Second off, check Lissandra items, how much damage she has. Because the issue will be 1700 HP. You don't deal damage to her. She has mercs, I think.
Yeah, looking by the fact that my old combo did maybe 100 damage. Yeah.
And yeah, since you're double magical based damage champions and you don't have a lot of damage anyway, and Lysandra is more of a setup champion at this point, you just can't win. So this play only works with Lee Sin, but it works guaranteed with Lee Sin. Whereas the easy kills are Caitlyn and Karma, and depending on what boots the Jax has, or how fat the Yasuo is, the Jax. But Lee Sin is the primary facilitator for plays with you. So you can basically be Lee Sin's minion, if you truly want to.
Okay.
Because so far you've seen, Lee Sin has played for the map, for the team, so he is a good investment. And it's possible to do something, because he has the damage. Whereas Lysandra didn't have the damage, and we obviously don't see the items. But given that Lee Sin just one-shot somebody, I would assume he has at least 1.5, maybe 2. And again, what is the attempt here? You will not win. You need Lee Sin. And if Lee Sin doesn't have ult, or he missed Q, okay. Oh my god, this can still go wrong if Aurelia gets ult back up. Okay.
It's so random.
Okay. But yeah, without Lee Sin, this can never work. This tower down there will be lost. You can bait them if you want to, but you need to tell your Lee Sin to come. Okay, Caitlyn will die. How do I know that Caitlyn will die? Or anything? They don't have enough damage to kill you in a reasonable amount of time. Number 1. You see all the people on the map. Karma is somewhere beneath there. Lee Sin is relatively close and can run towards you. So what will you do now? You will walk into Caitlyn, attack her, and you press attack the attack, like please help me button attack, like top right. But you don't run from Caitlyn, you attack her. And ideally you auto attack into W. So you have an auto attack reset.
Like auto W with auto reset.
Yes, it's a little bit more damage. But you see, they don't have enough damage to kill you. I didn't even need to check the items, I didn't need to check anything, because your champion is very chunky, and fundamentally they lack the damage to kill you. So you'll make enough time for Lee Sin to come and kill them. This is what you did well. And the Lee Sin, again, showcased you that he's actually with you. He's a helper. Now with Varus mid lane, we can kill Aurelia. We can. But if Darius comes around, it might be a little bit problematic. Okay, now we've cleared the entire map in this manner. Now we rotate up to the top side of the map. Keep in mind, we saw the little brother here a little bit earlier. We killed the Caitlyn Karma as well earlier, so they come from base. So now this tier 1 auto turret is still very easily to take. Since we know that Darius has not transitioned up here yet, most likely, we can walk as a 2-man or 3-man squad up there. We have 2 lockdown ultimates, 3 lockdown ultimates, so whoever comes there just dies. So let's see what we do if we just walk it back or if we walk to the top side of the map. There we saw the Jax reset, we saw the Karma, everything that we assumed happened, apart from a Jax reset. Enemy red buff is also spawning, Lee Sin gets a free tower down there. Why are you fishing when you can guarantee?
Like Eastern ult.
For example, if you want to make a play here, you can ult. Question is, will Aurelia die faster? That's the only question for which we need to see items, because we have the lockdown. We have your ult, your Q, your auto attack, Varus ult, Lissandra root, Lissandra ult. Like, this person will not move for the next 3 years. But the question is, will it be enough? Because the Karma just completely killed our backline alone. Because that is the question. This tower is lost, most likely. Unless they all rotate up there for a play now. Okay, you still need to be a little bit patient. You can keep them a little bit interested if you want to, because they can't really kill you. And then you turn around instantly with ult as soon as Lissandra is in range. Okay, start the play. But you see, you're doing it. It happens. You start the play. But were you aware of this possibility before, like, or did you just go because you felt like going?
Yeah, it was all feeling, like you said earlier. It was all feeling. It wasn't prepared. I saw. I was fishing, as you said. I saw Lissandra coming from it, but I just felt, yeah, it could work. Let's go. It was just random.
And that is the issue that leads to like this in results. Like, yay, it worked. Oh shit, it didn't work. Yay, it worked. Oh shit, it didn't work.
Yeah, that's why I'm really interested in the idea of having a plan, because I feel if even if when I play with people I know, I'm way less sad, let's say, to lose if we have a plan, and if we make a call, if we follow that call and we lose, I'm less sad than we just going in and trolling.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very interested in this plan thing, having a plan, execute it.
Like, having a plan takes a lot of time to like properly understand what is going on and why it's going on. Okay. Alvarez died a little bit earlier. Leeson starts this. Okay, this is an entire clusterfuck. Left and right. Yasuo didn't even ult anyone at any point. That's a little bit tough. Yeah, goodbye. The wall hooker, he's abusing the mechanics. Well, are you ready to see Varus die?
I can't remember if he did.
Oh no, she autocasts everything on you. Okay. He's safe. You still die.
I died. I'm the Varus.
The Varus, it's the funny part, because the Varus would have died like in 0.1 second, while you are a little bit tankier. Oh no, the Lee Sin does jungle things now. Oh no. Uh-oh. He nearly one-shots her as well. Funny game. Oh, we see the items. Aurelia. Ah! Mercs? Wit's End. You will not do anything to that person with the Lissandra. Because at that point he had at least this and components of that one. With, yeah, this person, she will not die. Ah. He will get one shot. So just by looking, if you take a look, no defensive boots. Full aggression. Full aggression. then we suddenly then have enough damage to kill them. Relatively easily. Because he's not tanky enough to survive. Because, for example, let's say he had plated steel caps or mercs or whatever, then we would never be able to kill them with a rotation without Lee Sin. Which showcased that, like, for example, Lissandra, you, and Lee Sin were needed to just guarantee a kill on that one. Or Lissandra and Lee are enough because they have a damage split of physical and magical. Whereas you down there on the Caitlyn and Karma, you can always guarantee a kill, but you just have to check. Okay, she has QSS. Well. We are going to ult the Karma now because the Karma has Veil, because she can Veil her at QSS, which would render our entire combo useless as of this point. So after checking the scoreboard, we would know, okay, we just simply don't ult the Caitlyn anymore. There's no point. We just ult the Karma. And the Karma is even more useful than the Caitlyn anyway, as we've seen. Because, yeah, it's one item Caitlyn, and one item Karma is a lot more potent than a one item Caitlyn at this point in time.
Yeah, true.
The power of information. We see two people, one dead, another person. Let's see, do we walk up there and place Baron Ward? Or do we just walk up there and say hello? Well, this is going to get problematic.
Yeah, that's a wasted ult. Oh my god.
The thing is, like, the Yasuo could have bounced so much earlier. And my idea would have been to just place a ward around Nashor to give us information. Because any play up here is just simply not going to be in our favor. Like, we don't win. You wanted to help him, you get punished. Typical thing that happens too many times. It's normal. Like, it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna help him. And like, oh shit. But yeah, enemy Kate, what? Okay.
Yeah, it was 900 damage of a kick. Boom.
No, it's even worse because he flash kicks for zero reason.
Yeah.
So now he doesn't have flash anymore.
Ah.
So now, this actually is a problem. Because he killed the one item Caitlyn, who happens to be 3-7 at that point in time, and I was 3-8. And he is the most fat member on the team, and he lost his flash for this. So now, he will go for a play and die in the next 15 seconds. Something really stupid is gonna happen, come on. Show it to me. But do you see how fast the Jax died?
Yeah.
This guy just instantly dissipated.
Counter-Strike is down.
Because he's full damage. Ah, well, Lee Sin died within roughly 15 seconds, not too bad. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit problematic. If Lissandra doesn't turn around, but Aurelia should be free. Okay. You need to run soon. Okay, he is... Oh my god, thank you. If this guy was better, you're doomed, I think. Or it's... No, not doomed, but problematic. Okay, everybody's flashing. She forgot about the existence. Let me guess, he dies as well. Oh no, flash is broken. Okay, it could be a Nashor angle. Like, Lee Sin could come and you can do Nashor. Ignore the Caitlyn. Ping Nashor. He can't kill you. Okay, he just suicided, he dies. Are you a fisher?
Yes, I am. Fortunately.
The fisherman. Yeah, this Baron is now a pretty bad idea. Let's hope it works. Well, now she has crown. If an enemy picks crown, if multiple enemies have crown, and they're high priority targets, and you have nothing to proc the crown on your team, you can change to Proto Belt on Nautilus. Support.
And just break it with Proto.
And break it for an instant play. Because that's the only chance then, if there's no other option. This dragon is useless for both teams. It's an isolated dragon. Because both teams have one.
Yeah, but WildRift players love dragons
For
some reason.
There's one thing I've noticed. You never swap away from the yellow trinket. Never.
Yes, that's a thing I wanted to ask you, because if you see the map, oftentimes my words are the only words on the map.
Mm.
And I feel like nobody use words.
They don't. And if they use them, they just place them. Well, they technically use them, but they just place them. They don't have a purpose. But what you usually can do, this is like the ideal thing, is you start with a control ward. Then you use this control ward for lane control. Depending on if you are winning. If you're winning, you can place it down to have brush control, because you're an engaged champion. Flash and Hexflash is really broken. Now, if the enemy doesn't know if you're in there and where you're in there, they have to constantly respect you. Second thing is, you reset from base for the first objective. Then you swap to a yellow trinket. Because you will have immediately 2 upon doing this at that time.
Okay.
Once that is done, you go base again, and you swap to sweeper. Because that way, you can then deny them vision and go for proactive plays, since, again, you don't forget you have Hex Flash. Walls don't really exist for you. So you can go from creative plays, you can create creative plays from certain spots that people would never expect them from. Then as the next objective spawns again, you swap to yellow. You will have 2 again, roughly. You should have always 2 if you do it only around objectives. And then after that is done again, you swap to sweeper. And then you swap to yellow again.
Okay.
So purpose, first ward, control ward is lane control, brush control, so the enemy has to fear this brush. Yellow ward is about having control around the objectives because you do it early enough. Then third would be proactivity on forcing plays. But you can also keep the yellow, but you need to be aware of how to place these wards a little bit better for your own advantage. Like, this is like the optimal thing. You can stick to yellow, but you really need to place them well. But this is, from my perspective, like the optimal thing, alternating between these trinkets to get the maximum value.
Okay.
Who are you zoning?
I don't know, I don't trust junglers usually.
Yeah, Aurelia, you will surely move. Okay. Now the unfortunate thing is about to happen. You're alone. Now the Darius will get 5 stacks. Now the Darius will get a reset on you and kill your team. Oh, he didn't. Imagine he did.
Very lucky. It was so fucking close. For no reason. Okay.
It's the WildRift thing.
Yeah.
then this. I mean, you can just laser the tower, just send it home.
I never use this thing. I hate to use the T-Rex.
Yeah, I mean, considering your champion like Nautilus, it's often better for you to not to be in it. Because you provide so much value existing. Because, yeah, well, you being alive and having ult up and every button is kind of a problem for the enemy team.
Yeah.
They love playing ARAM. They really don't want to push multiple lanes. The classic. Now somebody dies
But
again.
I could have pinged. I could have
Yeah.
pinged. Probably someone would have come.
That's like the one thing you can do. You can spam ping. It's like trying to maximize everything. Meanwhile, they did Elder instead of coming to end the game. Punished for pinging. You actually got punished for pinging. I can't. That is so ironic. Like, it's too much for me. There's just no way that just happened. I respect it. But yeah. That is basically it. That is everything, good sir.
Wow. There is so much I have to ingest and process. It was really good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome. I'll stop the recording then here.